Hey folks, apparently I put the wrong date in the intro. Oopsie doopsie. I actually had prepared that for a stream yesterday, but thank you for tuning in. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon. I'm here in the East End in the upper beaches. It is Friday, January 9th, 1:05 p.m. The temperature is about 9 degrees Celsius. Let me make sure everything is coming through. Thank you for tuning in. There we go. Miss Yogi Bear's here. Walks, lyrics, and more. Steph Scully. Sorry about that. Vivian Johnson, Mark M, Susie from TO, Jasmine Kana, Madano, Leo Chung, Who's Jaw, Jade, Angelica, Pine Soul, and everyone else. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ashley Stewart. Yeah, I just got a notification that this channel crossed 50 million views. So, congrats to me, I guess. Mr. Mountain Hiker, you can definitely confirm it's a nice temperature out there. You're zipping around on your bike. Awesome. I'm going to get up and start moving. I was just taking a little rest. I just made my way out to this neck of the woods. I recorded a video. I was hoping to do it earlier today, but it was raining, so I waited out the rain. And this is actually where the 503 Kingston streetcar terminates. But in true TTC fashion, we ain't got no streetcars today. Just buses. Madano, $20. Congrats to you, Johnny, on reaching 50 million views. Thank you, Madano. I literally got that notification right as I pulled into this subway loop. So when I set up the live stream, I threw that into the title because why the hell not? Oop, I gotta make one setting change here, but thank you so much, Madano. You've certainly been around for well over half of those views. I would have publicly hit that milestone sooner, but there are some videos that have gone private and been taken down over the years, so we'll just say we crossed that number today. This is Victoria Park Avenue, so on the left side of the street is Scarborough. Marg D is here. Greetings, Marg D. Chatty Cathy and everyone else. I was tempted to just take the whole damn day off and not post a video or live stream, but it was such nice weather in the forecast last night. I decided, nah, let's get out and do some daytime video stuff. So I skipped the video. I wanted to get a view of this art across the street here, and this stupid bus is blocking our view. But that looks very much like what you'll see in Graffiti Alley. It's an Uber 5000. Where's Lisa D when you need her to fill us in on the details of the art? But this is Victoria Park Road or Victoria Park Avenue and Kingston Road. So we're going to walk along Kingston for a bit. I don't know. What else we'll get up to? I'm doing the gimbal in my left hand thing. Hey, Brad Palmer's here. But I just recorded along this direction on the north side of the street, so let's cross over to the south side. I very rarely do Friday afternoon live streams. Normally Friday at night is when you get the most viewers. But it's not all about that sometimes. It just seemed like such a nice day. And if you're one of our 50 new channel members, thank you for tuning in, and huge thanks to Loy in the last live stream who donated 50 members. Support the gargoyle owners as David battles cancer. Oh, sorry to hear that. Looks like a really neat local business to support. So this is the Upper Beaches. It's not a neighborhood I've recorded a whole lot. The Dragon. Shea sells boutique. Shea sells seashells by the seashore. Just south of here is Lake Ontario. This is Bingham Avenue. Everything kind of runs or slopes downwards towards the lake in this area. A lot of students will be out on their lunch break right now. $39 for a men's haircut at like an old school looking barber shop. Crazy prices. Thank you, Aiden Thompson McGuire. You've definitely been a healthy number or a healthy amount of those 50 million views. So Kingston Road slopes, or it doesn't slope, but it goes southwest across the city. And it ends just south of Queen Street in the Beaches, where it turns into Eastern Avenue. I am probably not going to make it that far. I started recording north of here at Main Street Station. Yeah, big thanks to everyone who has tuned in and watched and supported the channel over the years. 50 million views. Go east to Scarborough. We're going west. I don't know how many steps I'll have in me today. I've already taken quite a few. Last live stream I ended in agony almost. My back was just ready to give up. I have consulted a doctor. I'm doing some exercises and stretches. But I might have gone a little overboard on my single leg RDLs, because my glutes were on fire yesterday and they are sore today. It kind of hurts just to move. Oops. I'm doing single leg RDLs and Bulgarian split squats as part of my leg lower back day. Johnny, did anything happen to the guy who attacked me on the street? Wasn't like the guy from 5 years ago? I was not on the street. I've only ever had one person do that. And that was at Broadview Station. The police were unable to find him, but it like made the news and stuff, so hopefully that scared him off. But another YouTuber, Tourano, a few days ago, started a live stream in the village, and a guy swatted his camera off his gimbal and broke his audio equipment. That was literally 2 minutes into his stream, so you gotta be mindful. And he handled that a lot better than I would have handled that. I think if someone did that to me, there would be an ambulance on the way, either for me or for him. But that would really get me. Transit mobile scooter, $2. My newest video has premiered. Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you for the support, Darren, as well, and your roommate who has sent support as well. Robert says, are you going for some dessert? With 2 S's. Am I going for some desert? Maybe I got that wrong. We are just wandering around. I'll have some lunch after this. The Pegasus shop. I had kind of a nutty idea to stream twice today. So we'll see if I stream again later tonight. I'm probably just going to go home, put my feet up, and nope out of that. Yeah, that sucked what happened to Toronto. I think he just went home and regrouped, put up a YouTube short explaining what happened, and then he went back out. Those things are few and far between. I think Sapand had a guy hit his recording equipment too, who took issue with him on New Year's Eve right at the end of his stream. I've been very fortunate to avoid incidents like that for quite a while. I've had a few nut jobs. Jaw at me about it, but nobody has gone as far as committing assault like what happened to those other YouTubers. Oh, I got that backwards? Hey man, give me a break. I'm using my left hand, going for dessert in the desert. I also got the date wrong in the intro to this live stream. Oh well. Higher security. Or, you know, just have your wits about you. That lady was just saying it's a beautiful day. There's some seniors getting active at the YMCA. Well, they're not all seniors, but Susie says, wow, that YMCA has changed. Well, it's a whole new building, right? We'll spin around and get a look at it. But if you're wondering where I am, that is Beach Avenue, B-E-E-C-H. This is an area just north of the beaches. That realtors started calling the upper beaches, probably for the positive association with the desirable beaches neighborhood to the south of here. And that name has kind of stuck. The area just south of here are the actual beaches. But to the north, up to, I think, about Girard, are the upper beaches. And this will lead you through a very nice nature walk. That's the Glen Stewart Ravine down there. Attention, coyotes have been reported in this area. Greetings, Nadine. And all nearly 300 of you so far for tuning in. BBD says Toronto is a great city. You remember one of my streams, I had a guy chase me down and promote his content on the stream. Does that happen a lot? That happened, that guy was Zot, right? It happened so few times. I remember the guy who did it. So many people have tried to do that in terms of the comments in the chat. I made a no promoting rule. Also, anyone who links to a video or mentions they made a video in the comments of my videos just gets removed. And if they do it enough times, I'll ban them. Yeah, that was pretty shameless. He ran me down just to say, tune into my channel. I was at like a cafe on DuPont Street. All right, here's the staircase that will lead you down to the Glen Stewart Ravine. I have this circled on my to-do list as a walk I want to do, ideally right after a big snowfall. Pine Sol, you promised you're not promoting the cleaning product? It just got a little out of hand. There's people with other walking channels who literally just post the same comment every day. Their channel will be like, walk something, blah, blah, blah. In every video I post without fail, they'll write, great video capture, really love the quality on this. And it's the same generic comment over and over again. And I hide them on the channel, but they still keep coming back and leaving the comments, so they don't even notice their comments are not being shown to everyone. What do you guys say? Do you want to go for a nature walk through the Glen Stewart Ravine, or do you want to stay on Kingston Road? I could do either or. Let's see, the first 10 votes will count. Ravine or Kingston Road? Mark D votes nature. Nature. It might be muddy. Stay on Kingston. Nature. Ravine. Nature walk. Nature. All right, Leo Chung, nature walk. Kimberly says nature. Jillian Felix says nature. Well, I might have to turn around if we start to lose signal. This isn't a very, wow, look at that. This isn't a very big ravine. And this will kick us out at the beaches. Brad Palmer, Kingston Road is dead. Oh, it looks very icy down here. The chat has spoken. Get those dirts booty. Get those dirts booty. Get those boots dirty. It says Pine Sol. Are you just low-key trying to promote your cleaning product? This is definitely requiring a bit of a... thank you. There's a very high chance of falling on your ass if you come here. This is just ice. I'm just sliding my feet. Do your shoes have good traction? I think short of actual spikes, like golf shoes. Oh boy, I'm gonna put... Don't go ass over kettle. My keys in my front pocket so I don't stab myself if I fall on my ass. I don't think we're going to see too many people walking through here. It is just solid ice. Oh boy, I feel like I'm about to go luging. Okay, this is officially stupid. This is very, very stupid. I got no traction below me, and we are... Look what we're sliding down. All right, I got the hang of it. Trail closed due to erosion assessment. Look how beautiful this is. Go back if it's treacherous. Absolutely stunning. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods, or favorite urban nature walks. Drew, we're at the Glen Stewart Ravine in the beaches. Walking up this ice uphill is a lot better. I could put my left foot on this mud for some traction, but all right. Uh-oh. We're going backwards. Easy does it. I'm holding on to the fence. My left foot has traction, my right does not, so I could very easily pull something. There we go. Hey, my signal's holding up in here. And when all is said and done, this is going to kick us out onto Queen Street East after a short walk through the residential neighborhood straight ahead. Core challenge. I got those abs of steel. So many of you voted for nature. Yes, some mud. Ooh, that is nice. I can actually... All right, this is a lot softer and more melted. Daniel says, picture and sound is great. Thank you. Hi, Google, play Slide Away by Oasis. Oh, my phone just did that. All right, I think we're at about the halfway point, so I'm gonna keep going, but thanks again to everyone for helping this channel get to 50 million views. I'm totally not stalling at all before we embark on the rest of this. thanks. Your Google just said they're not connected to the internet. I've got the new Alexa. She's quite chatty. This is a much easier surface to navigate. Do viewers appreciate 4K or is streaming in 1080p good enough? The 4K streams do have a slightly higher viewer retention. So I think people are more likely to watch the replays on their smart TV and stuff. And I should have enabled 4K for this. I'm using a high enough bitrate. But I knocked it down to 1080 because in below zero weather, this camera really struggles with 4K. It starts focus pumping and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So I could have gone 4K on this, but this will do. Am I waiting on the DJI Pocket 4? I wouldn't say waiting on it. I'm quite satisfied with my current hardware, but will I be buying it the second it's available? Yes. Typically what I've done is I buy one on DJI.com on day one, then I buy a second one either through Amazon or Best Buy. Because I'm going to want two anyways, minimum. And usually that means I get one right away. And if I can reserve one in store for pickup on Best Buy, I wasn't able to last time. I wasn't quick enough, but if I can do that, I will do that. But last time, I think the one DJI sent me beat the one from Amazon to my front door somehow. Joseph Rosignol with the super chat for walking on ice just to please us. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much for the super and the support. Not quite home free, but almost. Don't have to worry too much about falling into the drink here. Do you return a pile of rocks to Amazon and take the DJI for myself? No, I am not one of those people, although Amazon really needs to check their returns. Okay, this is redonkulously icy. I am sliding. I want to stay over by the fence. Just in case you think I'm faking it. There's no traction to be had. Note to self, wear golf shoes next time walking through here. This will be a neat route to come back in the summer and do, especially since now I know the cellular connection will hold up. One last final boss, this little hill. I don't think I'm going to make this without the without using the fence here. If you fall, we will report. What's the report gonna be? Thank you, Howard Churko. Thanks to everyone who has sent support as well. Dano, Transit Mobile Scooter, and everyone else. This is very, very different from the last live stream I did. This is how we're going up. I'm gripping it, and I've got one foot where there's some traction. Oh, we're getting rained on, and here I am without an umbrella. There you go. We successfully traversed the Glen Stewart Ravine in my trusty barefoot shoe boots. And welcome to a very fancy, expensive neighborhood. Hopefully this rain isn't too much. It said it might rain around 1. It's 1:37. Oh well. We'll just have to let the equipment take a beating. S&P all-time high. Yeah, it was ripping yesterday and today. I woke up this morning, took a peek, and holy cow. I did a video where I contributed to my TFSA on the Johnny Stumbles channel. I put in 7,000, the maximum contribution, and that is already way, way up. Just days later. Wind is about to pick up. If it rains, it rains. If we get wet, we get wet. What's the worst that can happen? I have to buy a new gimbal. Speaking of which, this one has lasted shockingly long. It's kind of a continuation of the ravine. Monica says, Happy New Year, Johnny. Happy New Year, Monica. The news and economy is depressing right now. Well, it is true that the stock market does not equate to the economy. They are not correlated. Just because the stock market is booming doesn't mean people are doing well. They're calling it a K-shaped economy. So some people are on the part of the K that's going up, and other people are on the part of the K that's going down. And those that are kind of in the middle, just hanging on, are gradually being nudged downwards. I don't think people in these homes have too much to worry about. They are spectacular. Pretty sure the wealth gap is growing. Isn't that the idea? The rich will replace the working class with AI-powered robots. You wouldn't want to sell your house right now. Yeah, the condo market has already collapsed. And the rental market has softened. The housing market has softened a little bit. But it could be softening a whole lot more. Who would have thought people don't want to buy 400 or 500 square foot little shoe boxes for over $500,000? But this is definitely where the other half, at least some of them, choose to live. This is not a great area for highway access. You're quite landlocked over here. Transit is not great. There's like the very hokey Kingston Road streetcar north of here. The also very hokey Queen streetcar south of here. Nearest highway is quite a ways. But that street over there has interlocking bricks instead of being paved asphalt. Sign you're in a swanky hood. Look at that. Oh, that home is for sale. Who wants to look this home up? How gorgeous is that? Marge says froze all night, went up again. Furnace was up and running by 10. Johnny, do you have a PS5? No, I sold my PS5. Gorgeous homes. This is the Ivan Gardens Forest. This will lead us out to Queen Street. And hey, we've cracked 400 viewers on a Friday afternoon. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. I started up at Victoria Park Avenue and Kingston Road. Made my way along Kingston a bit and then slid, literally and physically slid through the Glen Stewart Ravine. Emerged in this gorgeous but very expensive residential hood. Now I'm about to connect to Queen Street East. And so far the old back is holding up. I recorded a video before this, so I've been walking for, I want to say, an hour and 20 minutes. Someone's boot. Joseph, so that home was $14,799,999. That sounds about right. I would have guessed in that ballpark. I probably would have guessed about 12, 13 million. So that goes for what like a similar property would cost you in like Forest Hill. Where's the beaches? All right, another quick poll. First 10 votes count. So are we going down to the water? Are we going to get a look at the lake? Or are we going to just stay on Queen Street East? Place your bets. How did someone lose one boot? Someone had a pretty wild night. Lake. Transit mobile scooter Darren votes lake. All right, we're going down to the water. Wow, this really took the stream in a very, very different direction, because I was originally thinking I'll just walk along Kingston Road and maybe at Jones Avenue or something pop back up to Danforth, but we ended up going down the Glen Stewart Ravine. Lake, please say hello from Calgary. Greetings in Calgary, Gary. Since I'm wearing this coat and hoodie quite stupidly because it's like 8 degrees Celsius, at least it might be a little bit cool down by the lake, and I'll get to appreciate my warmer clothes a little. Am I near the water treatment plant? Kind of. That would be about 10-15 minutes from the water to the east, but I think I'm going to be going west. I'll cross the street here. I should have tried the boot. Yeah, who knows? Maybe that would have given me superpowers. Which of my ETFs are up, says Martin. I can check. It looks like today, every single one of them. Legal tax evasion. My CHIPS ETF is up 1.7%. Oh, Ethereum is just breaking even. FBTC is breaking even. HCal is up 0.35. Hura is up 1.7. And that was up like 6% the other day. Shield is up 3.31. Tech is up 1.17. I got a lot of that. And XEQT is up over 1. That might not sound like a lot, but it adds up to quite a bit. But I've got some individual holdings that have rocketed up throughout all this, and another account. F is on the decline now. Even I want to pull out. That's not when you pull out. Whenever you feel like giving up on something, it's when you buy more. That's why retail buyers get fleeced. You know the old saying, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. When your Uber driver and hairstylist start giving you stock tips, it's time to get defensive. Johnny, when are you finding love? Ooh boy. There's a question I shouldn't have read out loud. Oh, this is going to be very muddy down here. I'm wondering how close I'll be able to get to the water. Toronto, missing my son in Toronto. Lake, thanks so much, Catherine says. sure I'm not going to walk in front of a cyclist. Hey, we're on the boardwalk. I got my boots on. They're waterproof. Do I have any thoughts on defense company buybacks potentially being stopped by El Presidente? I think that's stupid. You can't tell a company how to operate its business. He wants to kill their dividends too, but a lot of those defense funds or defense stocks are in funds purely because they generate dividends. And a lot of people are holding them for that reason. So he's just going to fuck everything up. That is a gross overreach of what El Presidente should be doing. What'll happen is he'll probably get some big generous donations from those companies, and they'll say some nice words about him, and this will all go away. He's basically just bullying them. But enough about that. How gorgeous is this? You can see the CN Tower. I'm kind of tempted to walk over to those rocks, but I don't want to risk getting a soaker. Please go to the rocks. I could go to them over there. I don't really feel like negotiating that. Dun, 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 dun. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Darn. The tide is coming in. We'll spend another minute here. Someone threw their Christmas tree on the rocks. It looks like it. I don't know. This is the type of year or time of year I like to be on a beach in Thailand or something, or the Caribbean, but this is another kind of very nice way to spend time by the water. Alright, I forget which way I took to get here. And now that some water has splashed on these rocks, they're a tad bit slipperier than they were. I seem to have created a quandary for myself. There we go. Johnny, you're really going out on an edge for us today? Hey, I'm doing it for myself just as much. There we go. That was a little more slippery than I let on. Absolutely stunning. This is down here today. Look at my footprints. Footprints in the Sand. That was a song by a band I saw play at a little bar in Kensington. A long, long time ago. I don't know why the lyrics and name of that song are stuck in my head. Canadian flag over there. Good thing I wore the boots today. Back to the boardwalk. I forget, Janice. Hit the like button. Heinzel says, very nice walk. Thank you, guys. Not the best lighting. If you look at the lighting in this direction, I bet if I spin it around, it's going to be much better. Well, a little bit better if I was walking in that direction. Hi, Johnny. What did the ocean say to the beach? Nothing. It waved. Ba-dum-tsh. It's a lovely day for the beach. Saw the news from Oregon. More crazy stuff went down. Thank you, Alex. And this place says, stunning views and adventurous walk today. Yeah, risking it all. I'm gonna have to make this route something I do a bit more regularly, come back in the spring and do it again in the summer. Could even start at Victoria Park Station and just head south down to Kingston Road over to the Glen Stewart Ravine. Best live stream in 2026 so far.
Hey dude, what about your shows?
Awesome.
John Shrek.
Yeah, we're live right now. You want to be on it?
I'm okay for now.
It's all good?
Thanks, man.
Cheers. Have a nice walk. I'm not going alone. You're coming with me. I've never been to Thailand. Hey Johnny, why don't you go up to Woodbine or Main Station? I started up there. I started this whole journey at Main Street Station, which interestingly enough has the word street in it, because when they named it, they didn't want people to confuse it with Toronto's main station. You'll notice they don't call the other ones street. It's not Jane Street Station, Bathurst Street Station, Christie Street Station. Some kind of yoga or Tai Chi. Come on, pick up some kettlebells. Build some muscle. What are you doing? There's a big off-leash area for dogs on the left. Rocky, still in the Toronto area. Yeah, I didn't walk myself out of the Toronto area. Started in an area known as the Upper Beaches. Now we're down in the beaches. But thanks to whoever said this is the best live stream of 2026 so far. I think they meant my best live stream of 2026, but if it's the best live stream, that's a hell of a compliment. Looks less cold than usual, yes. It is noticeably less cold than usual. I'm still getting a bit of the sniffles. $200K subs for 2026? I doubt it. I lose so many subs in purges. The Johnny Stumbles channel hit 10,000 subs and then it lost several thousand right away. YouTube did a big purge. Thank you, Leo. And that's a vanity stat anyways. Sub count doesn't mean anything. There are channels with much less subs than me who get more views and do better, and there's channels with much more that get less and do worse. Heinzel says you might get a good write-up in some publication and good traction. Those type of things actually hurt the channel though. The only real way to grow properly on YouTube is to do it organically and let people find you who want your content. I find whenever, like when I was in that CTV and CP24 article and then I was on CBC, there was a big wave of people to the channel, but they don't watch the videos as long. Because obviously they're not your target audience, they're just curious. And you get all these views, and instead of watching for 20, 30 minutes, they watch for 2 or 3 minutes on average. That tells YouTube people are watching your stuff less. And it impacts the ability, or it impacts the likelihood that it's going to recommend your stuff to other new viewers. So if you gave me like a free TV commercial or something advertising the channel, I would turn that down and say, no thank you. That will probably do a lot more harm than good. It might attract some sponsors here and there, but it's not going to bring the kind of viewers you want. It knocks down the average time of viewer engagement. Yeah, when I was starting this channel, I focused on things like trying to improve my camera work, getting the audio up to snuff. And that's why I stuck with the narration, because the only stat that mattered to me was how long people watched for. If you want to get favored over other channels in the algorithm, you need to push that number up. Because the only thing YouTube wants to do is keep people on YouTube. They don't want you swiping off a video and then the next thing you know, you're in Instagram or on TikTok and they just lost you. Or if someone's on a smart TV, you're jumping into Netflix or Prime. If you lose interest, they want your attention and to keep you on the platform. So it makes perfect sense that as a YouTuber, your goal should just be to make better content to keep people around watching longer. There is no secret. If you make a clickbaity title and a clickbaity thumbnail, but your video doesn't back it up, that's going to hurt you. As a professional YouTube viewer, this is good to know. Not quite getting as adventurous as I was earlier out on the rocks. All right. Yellow Roblexin flash. Thank you, Carl. I'll let you guys hear what the iPhone picks up from the microphone. It might be better for this. Yeah, unfortunately the wind noise is the big drawback. I'll wander away from here in a minute and I'll switch the microphone back. Yeah, the wind is really polarizing. See, David says not as good because the wind effects. But it's this thing that kills the wind. And if I'm like walking on the street or something that's really windy, that makes it 1,000 times better. But in this environment, some people probably want to have a bit of wind. But there's always, whatever way you do it, there's always someone who prefers it the other way. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Thoughts on the extensions of contracts for Bar Show? I like it, but without Tucker and or Bo. This off season is a loss. Yes, they signed some pitchers, an all-star from Japan. They extended the Beebs and now Varsho, but come on, man, we need Tucker. He's my number one priority, if not at least Bo. If they got both, I think we can start calling ourselves the Dodgers of the American League, spending-wise. Here, there's not much wind. The other audio should sound better. One thing, I need to check something on my phone. There we go. Actually, you know what? Took a few new possible thumbnail pictures. I think Bo would stay for the money. Canadian version of Phuket. Hey, a year ago, I was gearing up to go to Phuket. I knew I was going there. I knew I was going to meet Alex and sign. But I didn't break that news until I actually met them. Someone asked any doggies running around the beach. There's one right there. Hello, doggo. He's got a lot of slobber. Where am I traveling to next? Stay tuned. I spent a fair bit of Aeroplan points on the next trip. I'm not going to make as much content on this coming up trip. Maybe just a single video or live stream a day. Why itch $5? Trade Jeff Hoffman for a sack of baseballs. And unfortunately, we're not getting Bichette nor Tucker. Nothing can mend my heart from that Game 7. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Hoffman is it's a bit of a wild card. We got rid of Romano, but we didn't really get much better in return for him. In theory, I'm still hopeful we'll get Tucker or Bichette. Even with Cease and some of the new signings, I do think it was a step in the wrong direction if we get neither of those guys. But yeah, Game 7 is a salty spot for me. We were on the verge of winning. But so was that marathon game where Bichette got psyched out at first base by the home plate umpire, who just stood there not confirming it was strike 3. And that game ended up going a million innings and we lost it. IKF getting some guff for not giving it 110% as well. Yeah, there's lots of what ifs. It was truly a heartbreaking moment. But I put myself in the position to witness it. I saw the final out in 92 and the walk-off in 93. Lisa's here. You missed some Uber 5000 near the start of the stream, along with a very treacherous adventure through the Glen Stewart Ravine, and even one on the rocks, where I was playing chicken with not falling into the water. Yeah, I guess we'll go up the next street. I could go up Woodbine there. The ball wedged into the wall. Hey, I think the best thing to come out of the playoffs is that we can trust Addison Barger as an everyday piece. He's got a plus arm in the outfield. He's a solid hot corner third baseman. What we need to do is trade Santander and get him out of there. He's a defensive liability and an unproven bat after last year. Get him out, stop platooning so much, and leash Barger every day. And you can always have like a Nathan Lucas or Joey Loperfido in the bench role anyways to fill in the outfield. Davis Schneider as well. It's fun to be the backseat general manager. This is a very popular spot for beach volleyball in the summer. I get why they signed Santander, adding a big power bat. But that black hole he creates in right field, I don't think is worth it. I'd rather have George Springer out there. What beach is this? This is a string of beaches. It's all right, Lisa. Not everything is about baseball. Baseball. The Woodbine bathing station. I don't think anyone bathes in there. That's where people get changed. All right, let's say goodbye to the beaches. Not the neighborhood, but the actual physical beaches. Claire, hi everyone. Lovely day out at the beach. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Claire. It was a very, very lovely day to be spending at the beach. Thank you so much for the support and the super chat. Thank you to all over 400 of you currently tuned in. Kelly plays volleyball right there. Gets quite crowded. Sorry, in the summer. I remember in grade 8 I played volleyball. I was on the school team. I was the second tallest kid on the team then. And sadly, I am exactly the same height. I grew early. I was a 5'11" kid in grade 8. Now I'm a 5'11", 45-year-old man. Grew and then just stopped. Boardwalk Cafe, there's a booster juice over there. This is the park where they hold Busker Fest every year, and I think it's kind of silly to hold a street performer festival in a park. There's something very off about it. I went once and covered it, and I haven't been back. It was really cool when they had it on Yonge Street. Chatty Cathy, your brother was 6'7" in grade 8? That is nuts. Ashley hasn't grown since grade 6. Someone needs to write an E and an S onto the end of that. This street is named Northern Dancer Boulevard after the late great Canadian horse, Northern Dancer. I believe a harness horse who raced at Greenwood Racetrack, which used to be in this area. When they closed that harness track, they opened a harness track on the infield at Woodbine. Another great Canadian horse I remember was Izvestia. That one unfortunately broke a leg racing and they had to put it down right after the race. Sarika is here. Johnny remembers that horse. Which one is Vestia? Thank you, Carl, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. It is, sorry for that, 2:24. So I think what I'm gonna do is head up to Queen Street, walk west a little bit, and then grab myself some lunch. We're gonna go north here. The advantage of waterproof boots. We're gonna go up to Queen. Carl asks, did I ever meet any women who are 5'11"? Probably. When I was in Amsterdam, I went to a restaurant where the hostess was like taller than me, and then our waitress was taller than me. And it's like, holy shit, these Dutch people are giants. Yeah, David, I sent Henry a message not too long ago and haven't heard back, unfortunately. Leona says 50 million views, where and when? In this channel, in its history. It's actually closer to 51 million views, but in terms of publicly available views, it just broke the 5-0 mark right before I started streaming, so I threw that in the title. And ironically, we are back to Kingston Road. Kingston Road ends right there at Queen Street. And then south of Queen, it becomes Eastern Avenue. And it goes that way into downtown until it splits into Richmond and Adelaide Streets. This is Measurement Park. And Main Sewage Treatment Plant Park is just off in that direction. Yeah, Leona, streamings, videos, just everything combined. Hey, we found a country style. I remember going to Murphy's Law pub there. They closed that a long time ago and haven't redeveloped that corner. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, Drake's Club history is just on the left. There was a person who asked me to make a video about Drake. Oh, it looks like there's a lineup. Someone big is playing here. We've emerged onto Queen Street. Someone wants to look up tonight. Halsey sold out. Who is Halsey? 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 I see mostly females lined up. Why are these people lined up so early? Is this just to get a spot closer to the stage? I see a lot of, frankly, white people with dyed hair, mostly girls. I don't know what that infers with what kind of music Halsey plays, but
she looked normal then, and now you look bad.
it sold out 3 nights in a row, so the ad says a singer. Well, I could have guessed that part. Daniel says both Nature and City live today. Nature, City, and Needin lunch. Oh my, could it be a Harvey's? This is too good to be true. know what? My back's getting a little achy. We've arrived at a Harvey's. I haven't had lunch yet. Let me just see if I can order. Let's just grab a seat for a second. Coupons. Angus meal, $9.49. Original or, yeah, let's just go for an original. $8.99, use coupon. How do I choose my pickup location? Oh well, I'm just building my burger. Toppings, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, relish, hot peppers. Sauces, mustard, ketchup. Oh yeah. Side choice. Let's go with the side salad. That's going to add $1.20 and light Italian. So that or balsamic. The Pepsi Zero sugar will do. So if you're wondering, there's my order for lunch. Add to cart. I gotta edit my location. I'm assuming this is 1641 Queen Street because that's the location that popped up. Pick up, save. Changing your order may result in differences. That's fine. One item needs to be configured. Oh god, this is taking edit. Oh, I couldn't choose Pepsi Zero at this one. That's weird. Sorry guys. Update item. Continue with changes. Pickup. Location. Utensils. Yes. Bag your order. No, I will eat it there. Let's see. American Express, yes. Order details. Hopefully this is going to the right location. Pickup time today, 2:42. We got 10 minutes. Lisa says, so I'm making you wait for me to order so I could end the stream? No. Come on now. We're going for a little walk around the block. And thank you, nearly 500 people. If you want to see what I got up to this stream, we had quite an adventure going through a ravine that was covered in ice. I literally had no footing or traction. Then down to Lake Ontario after passing some beautiful, beautiful homes that are huge. One of them for sale for $15 million. Then I walked along the waterfront. And now I've ordered some Harveys. And this is a street formerly called Lower Coxwell, but it wasn't actually its official name. Someone just made the sign and called it Lower Coxwell, but it wasn't registered with the city as any type of official name. So Paula Fletcher and some counselors in the area, rather than just, you know, do the obvious thing and call it Lower Coxwell officially, renamed it this, Emda Bimok. So this is Emda Bimok Avenue, as it is windy. I have a much better idea. How about this is Lower Coxwell, And that park over there, Main Sewage Treatment Plant Park, gets renamed Mbadimok Park. That would just make too much sense for this city. So the park with the stupid name keeps its stupid name, and the street with the logical name takes on an illogical name that doesn't make any sense. Welcome to Toronto. It's basically the movie Idiocracy in real time. Jeanette, $7 late fee. Sorry I missed most of the stream. Had a meeting towards your lunch. Jeanette, thank you. Jeanette, good to see you. Thank you for the super chat. You just bought my lunch. That's $7 US. Thank you so much. Whoops. But it's not that I have anything against the new name itself. It's just north of Queen Street is Coxwell. So why wouldn't this stretch that continues from it be Lower Coxwell? We have Lower Jarvis, Lower Simcoe, etc. Why change the naming convention and confuse the hell out of anyone who's not familiar with the area? Well, that's me.
Yo, brother, how are you, man?
Hi, you want to be on stream? Hey, Rant of Viewer, how are you?
Nice to meet you, man. I always see you. My kids follow you, man.
Oh, awesome.
Kids, yeah, they like TTC.
Hello.
Just man. They always watch you guys.
You live in the area?
No, I live at Danforth.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. It's a beautiful day
I know,
today.
it's a
I mean,
beautiful
come
day
enjoy
today.
it, right?
I know. Brother, nice to meet you.
Well, so
We
nice to
always
meet
see
you.
Man. We always see you
Cheers.
on YouTube. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Enjoy the day. Hey, friendly viewers. Awesome. But thank you, Jeanette. I'm getting back to the Harveys. It says my meal will be ready in 3 minutes. So we're gonna start wrapping this one up. See, Lisa, I didn't just make you wait for me to order. I made that worth it. How cute is that? Look at that little independent taco store and coffee store. Love seeing retail like that. Holy Taco, Simple Coffee. Those are the type of businesses that are the heartbeat of a lot of neighborhoods. Lisa says, and here you went and got Harvey's. Shame. Hey, I didn't know Holy Taco was there. And I'm still supporting Canadian. It's a Harvey's. But we're gonna wrap this up. Again, if you wanna see some of the adventures, rewind the stream a little bit. But thank you so much for tuning in over the years. 50 million views, eh? That's a hell of a lot. I had the wrong date on the intro to this stream, so there's a very good chance I have the wrong date on the outro to this stream. So sorry, not sorry, but thank you so much. Thank you, Medano, for your support earlier in the stream, and just everyone who sent support. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much. I go live 2-3 times, sometimes 4, sometimes 5 a week on this channel, most nights at 8 p.m. on the Johnny Stumbles channel. But I am going to have a bite to eat, eh? Hey, Medano, City Emerald gifted 5 channel memberships. City Emerald, thank you, Medano. You don't have to send a super chat to remind me, but thank you so much. Let me see, City Emerald, there we go. Thank you so much, City Emerald. Kelly Cranston, Wandalif, Jensen, Eve, and City Emerald. Hey, you received a gift, a membership from yourself. That is awesome. Sorry I missed it. I was caught up in the hubbub of meeting that friendly viewer and his nice family. But thank you, City Emerald. Thank you, Badano. Whenever I miss something, sometimes to get my attention, a mod sends a super chat. You guys don't have to do that. Thank you so much. I'll work on some kind of refund system. But thank you. Again, I'll have a video tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. EST on this channel. You can probably guess what that is, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, guys. Yoink. Back from the dead, Darren, Transit Mobile Scooter, thank you for the $2 and your support earlier. And congrats on premiering that video today. Thank you, Darren. All right, I mean it this time. Thank you, guys. See you later, alligator.